Hi everyone, and welcome back to my kitchen. Well, my other kitchen. This is our test kitchen and library, the one that is above Frontera Grill. And in this space here, we do loads of development of recipes for the cookbooks, for television, for this YouTube channel. And lots of work is done in this space up here, but you don't get to see it very often because usually we do all of our filming at my home in the kitchen there. Okay, today it is about this crazy, cool, fun salad that they do in Mexico oftentimes, or some variation of it, during the holidays. And it's typically called ensalada de Nochebuena, Christmas Eve salad. And I just love it because it combines things that you don't normally expect to have together in a salad. So it starts with beets, and then it has crunchy jícama. You cook the beets, and obviously the jícama stays raw. And then you put some citrus in there, and then you put some peanuts, and we like to make a kind of citrusy peanut dressing for it. Just wait till you taste this. It is a riot of flavors and beautiful textures as well. So the first thing you got to do is to cook the beets. Okay, so these are medium beets. I've got 3 of them here, and a couple different ways you could do it. You could put them into a baking dish. I'm going to call this third pan from the restaurant downstairs a baking dish, and you put half a cup of water in there and put it into like a 400-degree oven with foil on the top of it, and let it go for about 45 minutes until the beets are completely tender, or into a microwave safe bowl with the water and cover it with plastic, poke holes in, and about 20 minutes in the microwave to cook them. That's the way I'm going to suggest you do it. I've got my cooked beets here already, and I'm going to peel them and cut them into about 1/2-inch batons. This is my jícama. This is a sort of medium jícama. You can get them bigger than this and smaller, but this will be about the right amount for us to work with for this amount of beets. And I'm going to peel that and put those in, or cut those into the same kind of little batons. And then I've got 3 navel oranges here, and I'm going to cut supremes out of that. You could also use tangerines. Lots of people like to make this salad with tangerines. And I'm going to meet you back here after I have gone through all of the processing of the beets, jícama, and oranges. I've got all of the prep here. I'm tossing the beets with the jícama, and you can see they start to stain the jícama pieces. This is what it would look like there. I've got the orange segments separate because I'm going to use those as a kind of garnish over the top. Now here's this dressing, which I am totally in love with. So it's a citrus dressing. So we're going to put in here fresh squeezed orange juice. All the measurements, of course, are in the recipe that goes with this video. A little bit of lime juice, okay? And then I'm going to put in a little bit of the peanuts. Now, peanuts are going to be the garnish for this. They're always the garnish for this kind of a salad. But I'm going to actually thicken my dressing with a few of those peanuts. And then I've got roasted peanut oil. You could make this with olive oil, but I am in love with roasted peanut oil. There are a few brands out there, but I can't tell a lot of difference between them. So I'm going to say roasted peanut oil, not regular frying peanut oil. That's what you're looking for here. Okay, so I'm going to put that oil in there, and then put the top on this. This one has really a tight fitting lid there. Okay, and then blend it till it's smooth. Now we have to season this, and we have to season it highly, because remember, jícama is kind of a little bit on the bland side, and once it comes in contact with this dressing, you're going to be able to perk up that flavor. Beets are kind of earthy and sweet. I'm using diamond crystal salt, which is a very fluffy salt, and I'm going to start here with a big rounded teaspoon of it, and then we'll get in here and taste it. But this really may need to have more than that amount of salt. Let me just give it. Yes, it's nicely seasoned, meaning you could easily eat it off a spoon. That's not the purpose of a dressing. It's to season all kinds of unseasoned things. So I'm going to put another teaspoon of that. So basically, if you're using table salt, it would be just a rounded teaspoon. Will give you the same amount here. You can always sprinkle a little bit of salt onto the finished salad if you want to. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do here is to drizzle this dressing over there. We'll leave a little bit back in there because it makes a good amount, but I want this to just sit for a minute and start to marinate in this dressing. So I'm going to get everything ready for the final decorations here and let this sit and marinate. I'm going to save just for 5 or so minutes. When you taste the jícama with that roasted peanut citrus dressing, it's just so good. Oh, no, this is marinated, I think, just about the right amount of time here. So I'm going to spoon it into this serving dish. Okay, I cleaned up a few of my little splashes on the side of the serving vessel here, and I'm going to drizzle on the rest of this beautifully pink now dressing. Drizzle all of that over the top. Now, our garnishes. Let's start with these oranges, or as I said, you could use tangerine segments for this too, I think would be really beautiful. And you could see that, you know, a lot of times at Christmas time, people are making big feasts and they tend to be very rich. This is a wonderful and kind of contrasting accompaniment to go on that Christmas table. Okay, I think that looks like the right amount there. And then the next thing that we're going to put on here is some peanuts. So the peanuts have been roasted and then just chopped up. And you want to go fairly heavily on these guys because they're what makes this salad, I think, really delicious. Some people will put apples in this salad as well. I don't necessarily, I mean, they're fine in there, but what I like to do is put a few pomegranate seeds over the top of it because I think they're incredibly festive, and I like the little sweet and tangy punch that they give the salad when you bite into them. So there we've got the almost everything. You'll laugh at this last one, and I understand that, but they always serve this with little sprinkles, as they oftentimes, little chochos, they will oftentimes call them, or grajeas. Okay, so then we sprinkle those over, and it looks like a really festive time. You could imagine if you went to a nice posada, and you had the piñatas and tamales, and somebody put this out as a salad. It's incredibly festive, really beautiful, but the great thing about it is it's really, really delicious. Feliz Navidad.